Nathan's going to start us off. Peoria, Illinois. Hi, Nathan. Welcome to the EntreLeadership Podcast.
Hey, Dave. How you doing today?
Better than I deserve. What's up, man?
Awesome. So we're an HVAC contractor, mechanical contractor. My question is, how would you deal with a high performer, somebody who goes out and kills it every day, or 60% of the days? And if I can just color it in a little bit, like their best or their on time is, better than most people's 100%, if that makes sense. Their 60% is better than most people's 100%. And they're industry leading when they're on, but then they just seem disinterested, the other 40% of the time. So would you offer them flexibility? How would you deal with that employee?
I just have a low tolerance for lack of ambition and motivation. So personally, it would be hard for me. But let me think through how to push this. Is this person a tech or in sales?
They're in sales and estimating.
Okay. And so they, what is it that does excite them when they're on? Why are they on?
Well, the estimate day is what excites them. We call it the war room. So we're gathering subcontractor bids and supplier bids and putting them together for an estimate. There's negotiation going on. That excites them. And then, the tactile part of it maybe is what doesn't excite them.
Which involves what?
Well, doing takeoffs, so we're mechanical. So, HVAC equipment, counting the number of X. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So why don't you have somebody else do that?
It's a good solution.
Let's just split the job in two. One of the things we did around here, and we didn't do it for the same reason as this, but we did it because we were broke. But we would hire somebody, and they, because there were like 5 of us in the office, and everybody had like 4 jobs until one of the jobs got big enough, or let's say you had 4 jobs, and 2 of your jobs got big enough that they were now a full-time job. So we would hire somebody and we would kind of do this division, a cell division, like a Ford, split it off, and now you got 2. And then finally you'd end up with 4 people doing the 4 jobs because they had the volume had grown enough that those 4 jobs were full-time each. But when we were starting, none of them were full-time jobs. And what you've got is 2 different jobs here tacked together.
Got it. Makes sense. Or maybe not at the size where we could bring another person on to do the smaller portion of the job.
Yeah, or have you got other guys in the same position?
We do. Yes, we do.
How many people in doing this sales and estimating and takeoffs?
So 4 people.
Okay. You might have one that likes the takeoff part more than the other part. Hates the war room. I mean, it's like the inverse of this guy. And so you might split it off that way if you've got somebody, because I'm guessing the takeoff thing is more of a detail person, and the other guy's more of a people person.
That's
that
100%
right?
accurate. Yep, that's 100% accurate.
Yeah. So have you run disc profiles on these guys?
No, we have not.
Okay, I would do that. I'd run disc profiles on all 4 of them. Let me give you 4 disc profiles as a gift. I'm going to give them to you. We sell them for like $30 or whatever on the website. It's not much, but I'm going to give you 4 of them. Run 4 of them, and if you, I think you're going to find your high performer guy is a DI or an ID. He's an I is the otter. It's the party looking for a place to happen. The people person. The D is the disc. Is the driver, the dominant. I'm an ID DI. That's what I am. Okay, and the C is the detail person, the accounting, the engineer, that kind of thing, right? And then the S is the stable person, the loyal person, the golden retriever. They want everybody to be happy. They don't like conflict. So I'm guessing your guy likes the art of the deal. He likes the action, and he likes the people interaction, the one we're talking about.
It's 100% accurate.
Okay, and so if you've got one of the other techs then that's the detail guy, and he really kind of cringes when he has to screw around with the contractors. They intimidate him a little bit, but he likes the details. He likes the counting of the stuff. Then I would just bifurcate the thing and figure out a way to pay them both a little bit more than they were making. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to make you more by getting them in their sweet spot, getting them in their zone that way. And so it may just be a redesign of your org chart in terms of duties and stuff may get you there. Let's try that and see if that works. And hang on, and Austin and the team in the booth will pick up. We'll get you those disc reports out. And folks, everybody that comes to work at Ramsey for 20 years now, we run that disc on them. It's one of our hiring steps. And the reason we do that is not because we would not hire someone based on the disc, but we get two things out of the disc profile in the interview. By knowing how you tick, how you process information, the D and the I make decisions quickly. The D is very task-oriented. The C is very task-oriented but makes decisions very slowly based on details. So are you task-oriented? Are you people-oriented? Are you a fast decision-maker, slow decision-maker? Are you a D, I, S, or C? There's a lot of different personality things out there. There's Strength Finders. That's a good one. There's lots of others out there. That my friend Pat Lencioni uses Myers-Briggs all the time. All of these are fine. And Pat's got some really good stuff on just the, we've had him on the podcast here talking about your working genius. He's got the 6 working geniuses or 8 working geniuses or whatever it is. And I got to be part of the test. He had me run the test when he was running the thing out on it, which was hilarious because it nailed me exactly. So you can run these different profiles. And the reason for running them is, again, not to say I would never hire a salesperson who is a high C, a high detail person. I wouldn't say that. I would tell you not to. Actually, you do want to hire salespeople that are high Cs. A lot of them are the best salespeople you ever have. But we always think of the loud, gregarious I person being the salesperson. So one thing is you're kind of looking at the position you're putting them in. But again, it's not a deal breaker. It's just you're asking yourself, if you have someone who hates details and makes decisions very, very fast, you really don't want them doing your accounting. Okay, so that is one where you would rule it out. But most of the time, we're just looking for how this person functions. Then the second thing we're looking at is how they're going to interact with their leader and their team. Now, the way the DISC is laid out, it's laid out on a quadrant. Okay, and the cross quadrants, the angles, are where conflict is. So D makes decisions fast and based on task orientation. S makes decisions slow and doesn't like conflict and makes decisions based on people orientation. They're polar opposites. And so if you're a high D and you hire a high S as your personal assistant, she's going to cry every day. You're going to hurt her feelings every morning before you start. So you kind of need to know this going in. Because I'm a high D when I'm at work. I'm getting crap done. My personal assistant, Patty, has been with me for 21 years, and she nor I, neither one have a feeling. We have no feelings whatsoever. We just get stuff done. And so, but if she was all feels and all worried about how everybody feels, while I'm getting crap done, it would be horrible, right? Or vice versa. If you're all about feels and someone's bulldozing through, then it's going to be a very difficult chemistry. So you want to think about the chemistry that you're plugging the team into. Let's say you've got you're working with a bunch of engineers and a whole bunch of them are high Cs, high detail people. And you put a high I in the middle of that. That's again, a cross perpendicular. And you put a high I in the middle of that. Well, what that's going to end up being then is conflict, because those engineers that are slow to make decisions and make their decisions based on detail, and the I makes decisions fast and based on people, the polar opposite, the I is going to seem like they are a person lacking in integrity to that C. That C becomes a Pharisee in that situation. And you've got to be very, very careful. And the I's just, they're just having fun getting life done, and life's a party wherever they go. So we run these discs to see what we're plugging the team into and what the potential downfalls are of the chemistry in the team. And then we run the disc also to just say, okay, how is this person, given their style, going to accomplish the job that we're plugging them into? That's why that model will work really well for Nathan's situation, for him to figure this out. That's going to be the best way to go.